Okay, today I'm going to show you about our kefir that we're making. We're keeping it inside the hot water heater closet because it's 70 degrees in here. Our little tiny grains arrived last Friday, and so we've been feeding them since Friday because you feed them for 48 hours. They feed off of milk, and then you change them out. You get to drink the kefir that comes off, put them back in, feed them again. As you can see, that is all whey. So our kefir grains are pretty healthy at this point. They were tiny and minuscule when we started. So now we're going to stir up our whey. It smells a lot like bread that has been left to rise, which isn't a bad smell. I love the smell of yeasty bread. Kefir's far more nutritious than yogurt. There's 3 to 5 probiotics in yogurt. And in homemade kefir, homemade's very different from what you get in the store, there's around 50 digestive enzymes and probiotics in kefir. So it's a lot healthier than yogurt if you make it yourself. You use a plastic strainer. You don't want any of this to touch metal. That's the first time we've had that much whey. So now it won't be sitting for 48 hours. It will be sitting for 24 hours when we do this. When we strain it to get the grains out. It looks like curds from large curd cottage cheese when you're done. Some people mix it up, I think, more than I did, but that's okay. It says you'll have to keep doing this a while to get this through the strainer. This is the thickest it's been since we started this. So today, we finally get to make our 2 cups. The instructions said to only try to do 1 cup while we're feeding it. I'm glad I was able to watch videos, or I wouldn't know that I have to do this over and over again. The best choice for making kefir is goat's milk, but there is no fresh goat's milk that I could find anywhere in Brookings. The next choice would be raw milk. There is no raw milk available at the stores in Brookings. So after that, you want to look for an organic whole milk that is not ultra pasteurized, and it actually will say on the carton if it is. And so this is Organic Valley milk, and it says pasteurized, but it's not ultra pasteurized. So there, and you can tell by the feel, there's no way that those are going to go through that screen. And like I said, I got tiny grains in my package. They were live grains. I bought live grains last Friday, and
So
oh my gosh,
split
it's
those up between the 2 jars?
no.
Oh.
This is all going in 1 jar.
Back in.
Oh, it was supposed to, no, because we're making more than 1 cup. So we're starting with a fresh jar now, okay? So we're going to put it in a new jar because we really want 2 cups. We need 2 cups. When you're making it in your jar, you don't want to wash your jar, but today we're going to a larger jar, so it has to be a clean jar. And like I said, the kefir feeds off of...
You could pour your milk through your strainer and maybe harvest some more of that.
I don't know that that's going to work. You're so helpful.
Well,
this is the kefir we'll be drinking in our smoothie tomorrow morning. I'll mix it up more before then. This is now going in the refrigerator. Larry seems to think I can get more out of this strainer. I don't know if I can or not, but we'll try.
Yeah.
No, this all goes in that jar with grains.
No, I'm going to rinse this off.
Oh. Going to see if I could get as much of that off of that spoon. Okay, and you don't want to use antibacterial soap on any of this stuff that you're using to make kefir or kombucha or sauerkraut, because you're trying to grow bacteria. So now we're going to put this organic milk in here, and like I said, for the feeding process, we did 3 series of 48 hours each. And again, it's a plastic lid we're going to put on here. In fact, we're going to put a plastic lid on this too. This is what we're drinking tomorrow, and we only have 1 cup. So I think what I'm going to do, I'll put it in this. This one that's finished is now going into the refrigerator because we want to stop the fermentation. Now, this time, this is only going to sit, since we fed the 3 series of 48 hours 3 times, and you stir it 3 or 4 times a day during each of those processes. This now is going back into the hot water heater closet, because it's actually, maybe it's a little too warm in there. I think I'm going to put it in the cabinet. You have to keep a lid on it. This is plastic, and you don't screw the lid on. You just set it on there because gases need to escape. The lid is on here because fruit flies love this stuff. And if you got a fruit fly in there, you'd have to dump it, and I'd have to order more grains. So it's going to sit in this cabinet now. And this... I'll have to get a plastic lid out of my box, but this is going to have a plastic lid put on it. It's going to go in the refrigerator. That will stop the fermentation, and we will put this in our smoothie in the morning. Now, we're going to do something called double fermenting. So what's going to happen is we will now take what's in the cabinet after 24 hours and strain it. But now what we strain will go in the cabinet for 24 hours before it goes in the refrigerator. And we'll start a new batch with the grains. So we'll show you that tomorrow.